Backpacker, naturopath, New Zealand. Well, that's where I live at the moment anyway. Thanks for tuning into my video. I'm just about coming to the end of a complete series of about 15 or 20 videos I've created on salicylate sensitivity. So if you don't know what salicylate sensitivity is, go back to the first video and listen, because I explain all in that, what it is, and what kind of conditions, it can cause in the body and things like that. So now the question is salicylate sensitivity real? It's very real. And the thing is, when I started talking about this salicylate problem, 25 years ago plus, people were laughing at me, thinking, what a pile of crap, how can people have a reaction to things like aspirin and stuff like that? I can remember first start reading about this, I think it was in the late 80s, early 90s, and a lady several years later, a PhD, published studies in Australia on the salicylate sensitivity. People started to take a little bit more notice, right? People now are taking a lot more notice. I noticed way back, not long after I first started practicing, I had a man come to see me whose whole body was just, he looked like he had leprosy. He was just covered in hideous rashes and he was scratching himself raw everywhere. This was one of my very first cases of iatrogenic disease. Okay, iatrogenic disease. You know what that means? It means drug-induced disease. Disease is caused by pharmaceutical drugs. It's a fancy name we give. It's funny how we haven't got any names created for diseases caused by natural medicines, okay? But we have created a name for many thousands of diseases caused by pharmaceutical drugs, all right? So iatrogenic disease is very real. Many doctors still put their head under the sand and don't want to know what the term is, or the fact that they actually could be causing a lot of harm for people instead of helping them. Because remember, doctors have to swear on the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm. So I've got this man sitting in front of me in his 70s, literally crying. His skin's like a mess, wanting to know what the hell's wrong with him. So I was experienced to a degree. I think I'd only been seeing patients for about 4 or 5 years at that stage. I was still pretty green. So I remember asking him what kind of medications he was taking, because that was one of the first things I was taught by a senior naturopath who I have a lot of respect for, in the early days. And this lady basically said to me, the first thing you do is check medications. And that's what I did. And the drug he was taking every day was aspirin, every single day. So of course, we didn't have any Google, but I went to my drug guide and I quickly noticed that the salicylic acid tablet he was taking is definitely one of the big symptoms was urticaria or itchy skin. So of course I suggested to him that he stop the aspirin straight away, which he did immediately. But his doctor was very unhappy with me, of course, saying that I was interfering, I didn't know what I was doing, there was no such thing as a skin rash caused from aspirin. It was all baloney, and that the patient shouldn't be seeing witch doctors like me and stuff I'm used to. So anyway, suffice to say, this man's skin got better and better and better by the day as he stopped the aspirin. So he gave the doctor a huge blast, and the doctor in turn gave me a huge blast because the doctor was very upset that the patient was improving. So that made me understand that, not all doctors are cut from the same cloth, if you know what I mean, okay? Some physicians like me love the fact that patients improve. Other physicians get angry when patients improve because someone's proven them wrong. Hello? Maybe time to start washing cars and getting out of medical practice, Makes you wonder, eh? Now, the question was, is salicylate sensitivity real? It's very real. And you can see by the case I just mentioned to you, that man who improved is probably one of thousands of people today walking around with an iatrogenic condition, a drug-induced disease, not even knowing it's caused by a pharma drug. But more shamedly, more disgustingly, is that view is not supported by many medical practitioners even still today, that people can be suffering from such terrible disease. So if you're a naturopath watching this, I really impress upon you to, where's my big fat book? I've got a big drug guide here. Here it is. If you're a naturopath today watching this, or if you're a medical doctor watching this, there are books still around, like the New Ethicals Compendium, okay, and you can still find them online books like that where you can do a search for a drug, okay, and you can do a search for the side effects. Now, if you look at the ethicals, there's pages and pages of side effects on every drug. In fact, some drugs have got 15 to 20 pages of side effects. You know, it's ridiculous how many diseases are caused by pharmaceutical drugs. Now, I'm not here to disrespect medical people or medicines. Medicines save a lot of lives and do an incredible amount of good, but they also do an incredible amount of bad. So if you the patient, or you the naturopath, or you the doctor, it's your responsibility, you know, and duty of care to understand this. All right. So this is a real condition, and where I'm sitting, most of the cases of the salicylate problems I've seen in patients come from pharmaceutical medications. But beware, if you're a patient watching this salicylic acid can also be found in cosmetic products and personal care products and shampoos and skin conditioners and many different things, toothpastes even, and you know, creams for your, you know, sore joints and things like that. So make sure that you check out, you know, what you're taking, that it doesn't contain salicylic acid if you're worried about, you know, any repercussions from that. And if you're a doctor or naturopath and you do get a patient with really bad skin or bad gut or a strong symptom, and they're taking one particular drug like aspirin every single day, it's your duty to inform the patient that maybe the drug's causing a problem and maybe they need to do something about it. And it's a great feeling and experience, I can tell you, seeing a patient throw that medication away and have their whole health improve. And it's really good. It's vindication for you too. But more importantly, it's improved that person's quality of their life, okay? And that's what we're here for, is to help people get better lives. We're not here to say that this is bad or this is bad or this medicine's no good. I don't care what people take. All I care is that they have healthy, productive lives and don't have symptoms or side effects that are driving them crazy, all right? It's a real condition, don't forget it. Thanks for tuning in.